is over with. Let me see what I got going on for June. Crap. Okay, so I'm going to make my necklace and bracelet for my Frankenstein cosplay. What I've done is I've laid out my beads. I've done about rows of 2, and I got them in like rows, 14 rows here, so 28 altogether. And then these are rows of 2. And there's 7 rows of that, so 14 there. That's for the bracelet. And I've got the gold spacers. And I'm going to do it the way that you, like, I don't know, I'm kind of maybe giving my age away here, but when I was a kid, we made the little lizard bag charms out of pony beads, and we would use a method where we would take our string, tie them off, then kind of weave in the beads and then back through the other side. So, plan is to do that. Like, you'd weave it, like you put like 6 beads on one end, and then you'd go the other end. You would go through the other end, and I might put a graphic on here to explain, but you'll see what I do in a minute. And I also set 2 beads aside because eventually I'm going to make earrings. Because why not? I had 2 extra. They were just a little too big. And I have rub and buff somewhere to do the bottom of these, which I'll have to find somewhere sometime. But for now, I'm just going to get these done, because I have the basic structure done. Let me find my scissors, and then we'll do the time lapse. Okay, so it was a little rough, but I basically got the beads threaded in 2 rows of 6, like that. And now I'm going to take 2 beads, gold beads on each side, smaller ones, thread them through with these, and then thread the beetles, 4 more little beads, and continuing on either side. And then hopefully that'll be done and it'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, it looks good here, but I tried it on as a little loose for some reason. So I'm going to try to tie them together and where the gold meets. And try to just make it a little bit more tighter. I'll just kind of control where the beads, how the beads lie, because I keep wanting to move around. So bow is too big. So I gotta figure out what I'm doing there. Okay, I did the bracelet, and I did a much better job on the bracelet than I did on the necklace. It's much more of what I was aiming for with like the method that I used in the 90s to make chameleon keychains. Basically what I did is I started by threading one bead and I looped it back through on each end. Then I did 2 beads, then the blue beetle beads, then I did 1 set of beads on each side, then I did 1 bead which I looped through both strings, then another set of beads, and then blue beetles, and then I just kept going. And now at the end here, I'm going to finish it off by threading this. See how I got this 3 on this side? I'm going to take this end and thread it back through the bead here to make it secure. And that should make it nice and secure. And it's a lot better than I did with the necklace. Alright, so 1 second. Okay, I might have to do this again because it's a little big. Like it's going on there. It's not exactly the vibe. Maybe maybe 2 less blue beetles. Oh. But for the sake of the video, just gonna kind of tie it off and make it smaller. Like maybe I'll tie it there so it's a little bit smaller. Alright, so I tied it off a bit. I think I still need to take off 2 beads, but for the video, I'm just going to leave it like that. I will redo this at some point, but just so you get the general idea of how I did it. Like, it's a good idea. I just got to do 2 less beads here and a bunch of less gold beads. So. Okay, so I have started on the headpiece, which is actually turning out much better than necklaces. All I did is take these long blue ribbons and a headband and this bead stringing wire. And yes, I know the irony of having bead stringing wire when I'm trying to make necklaces, but this is really flimsy stuff. I don't know if this will hold up, and it doesn't stretch like the other stuff does, which I need stuff to stretch, so. But I've been using this to attach to the feathers to the headband, and it's working out pretty good. And I don't even need glue or anything. I just gotta turn the feathers a little bit to make sure they stay. And I've done pretty much one side already, and now I'm going to repeat it for the other side while I watch the finale for the Amazing Digital Circus, which is why I'm sitting in my chair. So, stay tuned. Oh my gosh, it's so cute! And so easy to put it together. Why didn't I do this earlier? But, so all I did was I finished it up with 2 more feathers at the top, and I just tied it up at the top here. And I'm just going to trim these 2 wires sticking up and the wires that I used to start the whole process, and it'll be done. Ah, I'm so excited. Now stay tuned for the reveal of the accessories for my Frankenstein cosplay. Alright, final thoughts. So, like I said, for some reason the necklace and bracelet are too big. They just, and they're not, the beetle beads aren't laying right. I'm constantly having to turn them so that they lay against my wrist. Lay upright against my wrist. But it does, like, the idea is there. Like, it does look like the inspiration of the original necklace. I do love the headpiece, though. It came out so much better than I thought it would. So, that's at least a win. So, now I actually gotta sew the darn dress. So, hopefully I can get that done before June, because as I thought, I did not realize that I had marked June out to make the actual dress that I would have made for the Met Gala. I guess my idea was I would have the dress done and I would release the dress in January and then, or June, why January? I would have the dress done in January, done in June, and then I'd have kind of take a month off or have some extra time to do next month's dress, which I'm actually added a dress to next month. You'll see what I mean, and that's it. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned so I can actually get this dress sewn by next week. Let's see. Okay.